Hi everybody, it's Debbie with Southern Comfort with Debbie DIY. Tonight we're going to be making a big old bumblebee. And some of the things we're going to be using is your glue gun, some black and yellow pipe cleaners. Now ran out of black pipe cleaners, so I took some of my other colors and I just painted them black with my acrylic paint. I'm hoping you guys can see. If you don't have yellow pipe cleaners, paint some of your other colors yellow. You just need to, let them dry overnight is the only problem with that. You're going to need your scissors, an Easter egg. I have this ball right here from Christmas decorations. And it's a little styrofoam ball with glitter on it. So I'm going to use this as the head. But you can use whatever you can find. I'm going to cut this in half. So if you can find something around your house that's kind of flat on one end and kind of rounded on the other, that would work. I'm using some Waverly Truffle chalk paint and some acrylic black. And this is from the Dollar Tree. This is from Walmart, or you can get it at any craft store too. Walmart seems to be the cheapest on this though, or Amazon. And some screen. Now, I have the screen available from, I replaced all my screens in my windows over the summer because we have 7 cats and they like to destroy them. If you don't have screen laying around, you could use a pop bottle, a plastic pop bottle, to make the wings for your bee. You just cut out the shape of your wings and use that. But I'm going to show you with what I have, and I like this, so I'm going to use this. So the first thing we're going to do is, I took my sanding block, and I just scuffed up my egg a little bit. Just go around it and scuff it up. And the reason why is because your paint doesn't really want to stick to these all that great. So I scuffed them up all the way around. And you don't even have to do that, but that's what I did. I also put a coat of chalk paint on it because your acrylic paint doesn't want to stick to these. And now, you can skip this part if you have black chalk paint. I don't have any black chalk paint, so I'm just making do with what I have going on here. And I'm using a little skewer for like shish kebab. A little wooden skewer that's going to hold it while it dries. So this is all I'm doing. And you can glue your egg shut if you want to. If it gives you a problem and it comes apart. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to use my pipe cleaner to kind of hold it in place. Now you just need a thin layer of this. You don't need it doesn't even need to be fully covered, but cover it the best you can. Because your black paint, if you're using acrylic paint, does not like to stick to this egg. And I made some of these ahead of time so I would know what not to do. So I could tell you guys, and that's what I figured out. So there's a little hole in the bottom of your egg, a little tiny hole. And you can stick your egg right in there. Now be gentle when you're painting with this on this stick because it does want to fly off. So I'm just going to finish up where my fingers were. Just like that. And I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. And once it's dry, you're going to want to go over it with your black paint. The chalk paint dries very quickly. The acrylic paint does not dry that quickly. So it takes about a half an hour, maybe an hour and a half for your acrylic paint to dry completely. So you can use a blow dryer to speed that along, or a heat gun, whatever you have available. I made one in advance and painted it just so I would have it already dry for me. Because nobody likes to watch paint dry. I know I definitely don't. So here's my egg. And it's pretty much, it's dry for the most part. So what I'm going to do, this little ball here, I'm just going to cut it in half. Just like that. And we're just going to use one side of it. And you're going to paint this black. The acrylic paint sticks to this very good, but it does need time to dry. So, this is what you have. Just a half ball that will sit right here on for your beet. Now, I already made one, so it would have time to dry. So this is what we have. And I'm just going to hot glue it right to my little bee here. And it's going to become the head. You guys, I'm trying to use whatever we have around the house to make my crafts right now, because I know they don't want us going out shopping, and a lot of people's Dollar Trees are closed. Hobby Lobbies are closed. Michael's are closed.
Supplies are limited.
But you can get supplies online. So if you go to Hobby Lobby or Michaels.com, you know, you can order your stuff online. Okay, so now we have this. I do have to cut out my wings here, and I am going to paint those because I didn't paint any in advance. So all I'm going to do is cut a square out of this big old mess here I got. Just enough to make 4 wings. And like I said, if you don't have this, most people don't, but you can go search in your garage or whatever you have and see if you can find something. I'm just going to cut out what would kind of look like a wing. Okay, so this is what I did, and I'm going to do 4 of these. One is going to be smaller than the other, just so you get that bumblebee wing look. Okay, so I'm going to use this to try to cut out one similar in size. And they don't have to be perfect, guys. Bumblebees aren't perfect. Nature's not perfect. So just do the best you can. Lord knows I'm not perfect. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are enjoying all the crafting that's going on. Lots of people are crafting, doing extra lives for you guys to try to help you pass the time, give some words of encouragement. I know Neil and I have been praying extra hard for not only our families, but all of your families, and hoping this thing gets over quickly. Now this one I made just a little bit smaller, and it's not perfect, believe me. We've been praying extra hard for everybody, and we just really want this to be over quickly. We've been self-containing and keeping our distance and all that. We're not leaving the house. We went shopping once, and we got enough stuff to last us for about 4 months. But we live on a farm, so we always have a lot of stuff stored here because our grocery store is so far away. So we didn't really have to get a whole lot, to be honest.
It's true.
And my daughter is a couponer. She's one of those mega couponers. And let me just clean up my brush here. And she keeps us stockpiled on toilet paper, hand sanitizer. I mean, year round she gets that stuff most of the time for free. Because she does her couponing. Now I'm just painting these little pieces black. And you really don't have to do both sides, but I'm just going to touch it up on the other side because it kind of seeps through when you're painting it. And if you lay it in the same spot that you just painted in, it'll get your back done for you. Yeah, so my daughter keeps us stocked up pretty nicely. So we've not had to buy any toilet paper or any hand sanitizer or anything like that. And I keep telling her every day right now, I tell her all the time I'm thankful, but right now I'm very thankful for her couponing. She does a great job at it. She can buy $1,000 worth of stuff at a store, and when she leaves, they are paying her. She doesn't pay a dime because of her coupons. And she's tried to teach me several times how to do it, and I've caught on to a few things, but basically the really easy things. But boy, she's good at it. She's really good at it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my wings there to dry a little bit. And as you can see, you're going to get messy. This all washes off with a little soap and water. And we all need a little soap and water right now anyway. And you see it didn't use much screen at all right here. Just this little bit. So if you have an old window that you're not using, an old screen that you're not using, tear it apart. Use it. Honey, can you turn those over? This is Neil, my husband. He does the camera for me. And I have some brats cooking right now. I'm making spaghetti. And I make spaghetti using brats.
It's true.
And everybody around here loves my spaghetti. They will come out of the woodwork to get spaghetti from me.
The dogs smell it.
Yeah. That's my dogs, guys. I'm sorry. We have 3 St. Bernards and 7 Border Collies. And that's because I breed them. I'm not a hoarder. I breed them. I'm just putting a real light bead of glue right around the crease where your egg goes together. And I'm just gluing this. Now if you don't have yellow pipe cleaners, paint it on. It doesn't matter. Just use what you have. Get creative. You could definitely paint your little stripes on. No big deal. Oh, trying to get my gun. Trying not to put a big blob on here. The hardest part about putting these pipe cleaners on, you'll see here in a minute. The first one's not hard because you have your little line to follow. The second one's a little more difficult because you don't have a line to follow. So, let me just cut this off. And you want to make sure that when you connect them here, you keep them, start them and end them in the same place so that you can hide this under the belly a little bit, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to do my second one.
No smell-o-vision.
Yeah, if we had smell-o-vision, smells like garlic in here, mushrooms, onions, green peppers. Just smells really good. Brats.
Debbie makes the best spaghetti in the world. It is way...
Thank you, honey.
No, it's really... I don't know what you do. Because you're the cook, and I'm not.
Made with love.
That too. But it is...
Yummy.
Oh, so that's why they have that crisp flavor.
So this is what we have. And both of them started and ended in the same place under the belly. I'll show you the one I made first. And all the mistakes I made on it. So this one will turn out much better, hopefully. Okay, so now we have this. And I'm a black here to put our little antennas on. And I'm only using... Oops. Took off on me. This much. This teeny tiny. Can you see that? Teeny tiny little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make your antennas as big as you want. This is just the size that I like. Because I didn't want them to be gargantuan ones. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right on the end. Not a lot, just a tiny bit. Because I really don't want the glue to show on these. And make sure when you put them on that you're putting them on the top of the head. Pay attention to these under here so that you don't put them on the wrong way like I did on my first one. I was not paying attention, and I'll show you all the mistakes I made on my first one. And I'm making these for a reason. I have a lemon wreath I want to make. I'm sorry guys, I'm still trying to fight this flu. And I really want some bigger bees to go on it. And I've tried to find some to buy, and they just don't make them. So I just decided to make my own. And this is a good time to do it because we're trying to use things that we have at home. Okay, so there's our, see, mine are a little bit green, and that's okay. I don't care. Once these dry though, I'm going to bend them over just a tiny bit to look more like an antenna. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Pretty stinking cute, right? Now you could put a little face on this. I didn't, but you totally could. You could put some little googly eyes on there, a little red smile, a little yellow smile, whatever you want to do. You get creative with it. I'm not going to do anything with mine. I'm just going to leave them because they're just going to go on my wreath. Okay, so now I'm going to work on my little antennas. They're probably not dry enough, but that's okay. So all I'm going to do, now this is how they look once you get them painted. Cute, right? So I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue. Try not to do a whole lot, just a tiniest bit. Because otherwise it oozes out and it looks terrible. And I'll show you on my first ones I did. I put too much glue. And it turned out kind of wonky.
Wonky.
Oh, see, I need a little bit more glue. Trying to really, really go light on this, but okay. And then you just follow the edge around, just like this. And so you can see the yellow where I painted these black. And that's okay, it looks kind of cute with the yellow bee. So I want their crafts to be perfect. But you know what? I'm not that perfect person. I just like to craft and let it be what it is. Haha, with the bee.
That's what it be like.
No pun intended.
Yes, it was.
Or maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Stop.
This is going to get corny, guys.
Stop it.
Pretty quickly.
Stop that.
And then just cut it off. So this is what we have. And see, you can see the glue. And that's the part I don't like. This is what we have. Here's your little wing. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Pay no attention, my fingers are completely black right now.
Yep, you can see.
Okay, so that's one wing. Let's do another one. And for this part, you might, if you have a dual setting gun, like I do, but mine's on high right now, you might want to set yours to low, because you are going to get burnt. And my fingers are just always burnt, so between cooking and crafting, I really don't feel much anymore. Wow, the house got really quiet. Normally we call this crafting with kitties because we have lots of kittens and we do a lot of animal rescue.
And sometimes the birds chime in.
Yeah, and we have birds. We have lovebirds and finch. And they like to get very obnoxious sometimes. Tonight they're being pretty quiet. And it's just life happening, guys. Everybody has life. Everybody has animals. There's never a time when you can really keep everybody quiet. So we just embrace it here. And it kind of is what it is. Okay, so that one's done. This bee turns out really, really cute. Okay, one more. If you guys like what we're doing here today, sprinkle the love, and sprinkle means this. We're not allowed to say that, so we've gotten creative and we say sprinkle the love. And it really helps me out tremendously if you do. And I really appreciate it if you do.
You can hear the little kitties.
Even on the replay, if you can sprinkle, I really appreciate it. This is my kitty Loki that's about to come walking right through my camera here. Oh, he changed his mind. For kitty.
Crafting with kitties.
Yep. When I'm not doing crafts, or sometimes even when I am, this is where they sleep. They absolutely love to sleep right in my mess here. And, again, we just embrace it. It just is what it is. We have a farm here. We have horses, ducks, chickens, rabbits, sheep, cows, pigs, you name it, we have it. So the things that animals do around here don't really bother us so much. We're just kind of used to it. And anyone that knows us knows that's true. We just find it funny most of the time. I'm really trying not to get glue all over these things. Oh, I probably won't have enough out of that one, so let me start a new one. Come on, let go of me. That's my mama kitty. She has 4 baby kittens right now, and she is wanting out from being with the kitties. Onyx baby.
In our state, we got the mandatory stay-at-home notice at midnight tonight. It just came through on my phone as an emergency message.
Well, they asked everybody to do it nicely, but there's people out there that just don't listen. And if you're one of those people, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Shame on you. But I don't think any of my followers are those people. I think they're smart enough to know to just stay at home and let this thing go. Let it just get out of here. But now, because people are still going out and gallivanting and doing what they do, we've been told it's mandatory to stay at home. Which is fine by me.
It's not a lockdown, but it's a stay-at-home.
I wish I would have done it sooner, to be honest. Now I'm just gluing my one wing on top of the other, like this. Just like this. And I'm just going to hold it in place. And it's totally glued to my finger right now, guys. But that's okay. If you can think of a better way to make these wings, comment below and tell me how. Send me pictures and show me what you decided to do. Because I'd love to know. I love making bees. I am a bee maker. See, one wing is totally small and the other 3 are big. I don't even care. I might fix it later, but for right now, I'm just giving you guys an idea here. I want you guys to take it and run with it. Get very creative in what you do, and then share it with me and show me what you did. I love to see what people do with the ideas. It really gives me great joy. Okay, so now we're going to put our wings on just like this, between the 2 stripes, and kind of high on the back. I don't want to put a lot of glue because it does show. And I'm just kind of putting them at an angle, or just a slight angle. And hold them in place till they dry, because if they come off, they will rip your paint right off of your egg. And I'll show you my other bee, because it did it to my other bee. It actually ripped my paint right off.
What a ripoff.
Yeah, what a ripoff. If you guys are here with me, mention below where you're from and what you're doing to keep your sanity during these times. If you're watching this on the replay, I do come back and read the comments and talk with you. So just because you're watching on a replay, go ahead.
If the video freezes up, just hang on a second. There's been some network interruptions today. So it clears up in a few seconds.
Yep, a lot of traffic on Facebook right now with everybody being home. So everybody is kind of having issues. Oh, I just took my paint off. Hang on. See, the paint comes right off if you do anything drastic. Good thing is that I have my paint out still, so I can just... I'm just going to paint over any place where there's glue showing too. Okay. So now I'm going to put my other one on. And again, just go at a slight angle. I'll hold it up here when I'm done and show you. I'm kind of pushing down on them to kind of flatten them out a little bit more. Okay. Now I have to let this dry. But this is what they look like. Isn't that cute? You know, I'm getting all my webs off of here. But they're very cute. And he's going to look really, really cute on my wreath.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to show you what my other one looked like. The one I did first. Okay, he's cute, right? But look how wonky my... One of them ended here, one of them ended here. So you want to make sure they line up. You also want to make sure you keep it straight, because look what I did. Mine goes all crooked. And you can see where the paint ripped off, which I can touch up right now. But so you can touch it up if you want to. And I'm going to do that while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, the paint does rip off really easily. And this one I didn't do with the brown chalk paint either. So, but these are my 2 bees that will be going on my wreath. I'm going to do my wreath in a couple of days here. Probably 2 days. I'm doing a vase tomorrow from clothespins. That's really, really stinking cute. And so make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for that. I'm usually on between 8 and 8:30, depending on what's going on around here on the farm. I try to get on at 8 if I can. Sometimes it doesn't happen exactly when I want it to. Okay, so now on this one, I'm trying to be careful because I have wet paint on it now. I'm just going to bend my little antennas forward a little bit, just like that. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just like that. Now if you wanted to, depending on what you're using it for, because mine's going to go on my wreath, I'm not going to put any legs on it. But you could totally take these and attach them and make little legs and just bend them down, like on an angle. You could put 4 legs on here, super, super cute. You could put a face on here, adorable. This is just what I'm doing for my wreath. I'm sorry, you guys, I've been sick for 2 weeks. And it's not coronavirus. I had the regular flu and bronchitis and a nasal infection that I've been on antibiotics for 2 weeks. And I'm actually feeling a whole lot better. So I've turned the corner and I'm getting better just in the last 2 days. But I apologize for the way I sound. I sound terrible. So anyways, these are my bees. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you make them. And I hope you share what you do with them. I really love, love, love to see what you did with them. Have a great night, guys. I hope to see you here tomorrow. Bye.